What up, though? Hola, mi gente. It's your host who in the neighborhood and streets the most, J Hodge with inyourhood.com. And welcome to another news segment of Hood Sites, where we plugging you with information because we know everybody don't have the time to sit down and source out information. And seeing as I start my day every day at 4:30 and I do a lot of readings daily, I want to make sure that I'm plugging everybody with the right information in the black community to make you aware and give you the chance to apply the knowledge that you learn or learn from the knowledge that you receive. But like I always say, we're here to give you the information about things that you may know about, but more extensively, and disrupt the things that you do not know, the information that you do not know. And also, this week, like I've said in the previous news segments, this is a big week for earnings report. The earnings reports releases of the Fortune 500 and Fortune 100 companies. So whether you're an investor or not, it's something to pay attention to, because if you're not an investor and you're consuming and you're a consumer, you need to get invested. And the best way you can do that is by looking at the earnings reports and the summaries of all the major and largest corporations that we have to date in the economy. Now, also, today, Joe Biden did give an address. He did give an address, and he talked about the state of things socially and economically, as also technologically. And my critique about Joe Biden's address today is, as far as it comes to the black community, he acknowledged the black community, but he did not, I repeat, he did not dive into the specifics of what needs to be solved for the black community and what the government can do to assist in providing solutions. But nonetheless, he did speak on the criminal justice injustices in the system, and he addressed George Floyd and George Floyd Act, getting that passed and established. But again, just an acknowledgement. But he did not speak of us, the black community, as he spoke to the immigrants and the migrants that come here to the United States. He said that the immigrants have done wonders for America. They have worked hard. They have contributed in very integral ways, as if the black community, since the beginning of time, has not. So, if you haven't watched Joe Biden's address today, you need to make time and set aside time to watch it. Because again, he spoke of some very integral things. But one integral piece and part of the country and of the world that he didn't speak of specifically in detail was about the black community and the challenges, constraints that we face from government and from private institutions that exude white nationalism and white supremacy. And so make sure you set aside the time to do that. If you haven't seen what the Federal Open Market Committee, if you haven't seen their release and the end results of their meeting that they're having this week, you need to go look at that too, because that has an impact on the stock market. And if you are an investor, it has an impact on the companies that you have chosen to invest in. And you need to know how innovative they are being during the pandemic and the ingenuity that they have coming forth in the future. Other than that, we are going to dive right into today's news segment. It's called Black Owned Quick Serve Food Chain launches first and largest equity-based campaign for community investors. Continuing. Supreme Foods franchising aims to be the nation's first crowd-invested ecosystem for entrepreneurs and investors interested in the quick serve restaurant (QSR) industry with the launch of its Supreme Foods franchising (SFF) campaign titled #Supreme Founders (SFF). Aims to be the largest equity-focused crowdfunding raised to date for the general public to invest in a Black-owned, globally scaling franchise management and development system. Continuing. Atlanta, Georgia. Supreme Foods Franchising is an Atlanta-based franchise management corporation providing entrepreneurial opportunities to those interested in quick service restaurant concepts. Serving as a development arm for Supreme Foods Worldwide, SFF Supreme Foods will develop and expand two prominent quick serve brands, Supreme Burger and Supreme Fish Delight, with over 11 franchise locations and counting. SFF will launch its much anticipated equity capital raise using the Reg CF crowdfunding titled Supreme Founders, #Supreme Founders. The crowdfunding campaign will cater to accredited and non-accredited investors. For more information on becoming an equity investor, visit investinsupreme.com. Continuing. When former President Barack Obama signed the Jumpstart Our Business Startups Jobs Act into law on April 5, 2012, this allowed the general public to legally buy stock in startups to be ruled on by the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. As the SEC continues its ruling process for companies to raise capital using equity-based crowdfunding, states like Georgia, Kansas, Michigan, Illinois, and Alabama have passed intrastate equity crowdfunding exemptions to speed up the flow of capital to companies that really need it. Continuing. Waleed Shamsid Dean serves as president and CEO of Supreme Foods Worldwide, a multi-generational, Black-owned family franchise company with 11 locations in Metro Atlanta, Georgia, with plans to scale globally in 2021. Waleed has over 2 decades of business experience. His drive, political savvy, and keen insight for intelligent investments have allowed him to establish numerous successful businesses and community-oriented ventures nationwide. In the past decade, Waleed has served as a consultant for athletes, entertainers, entrepreneurs, and producers, managing and protecting their personal business and philanthropic interests. As an early national advocate and a respected influencer in raising capital, Shamsid Dean, along with his co-founders and advisors, passionately launched the #Supreme Founders campaign on the premise that now is the time in history to continue to create viable opportunities for equity crowdfunding as a precedent for addressing the access to capital gap by creating and educating a nation of micro angels that use intrastate exemptions in the Jobs Act to invest in startups they believe in. With the passing of the new Reg CF crowdfunding, the maximum that can be raised according to its legal offering documents has increased from $1.7 million to officially $5 million. Supreme Foods Worldwide aims to break existing capital raise records by tapping into its growing network of micro angels, startups, and stakeholders. Continuing. And this is a quote in the words of Shamsid Dean. He says, we've been asked why we chose crowdfunding as our vehicle to raise these funds in lieu of partnering with venture capital or private equity. And the answer is simple. The potential and strength of this brand are a convenience and a convergence of the dreams and demand of Supreme Foods franchising, loyal supporters, and community. So instead of commissioning big money, we are inviting those who support and sustain the business to join us first and who believe in our mission and what our company stands for. We believe we can continue to accelerate growth and bring more economic empowerment together. It is through harnessing the collective energy of the culture that amazing growth and expansion can happen, says Walid Shamsid Dean, Supreme Foods Worldwide founder. Supreme Foods Worldwide was born out of a desire to serve quality food at affordable prices while layering an economic capacity. The founders went a step further and added a social component, creating meal services for children and seniors in underserved populations. And this is another quote. Our social entrepreneurship goals have elevated over the years. Our mission is to empower youth through entrepreneurship, says Quiana Shamsid Dean, Supreme Family Foundation Executive Director. However, we have evolved with the current needs of our economy's new norm during and after the pandemic. Empowerment is easier when the basic needs of our community are met. Therefore, we have added food security for senior citizens and youth as our mission, while also encouraging the closure of the racial wealth gap by investing in entrepreneurship. This is why we have created the Supreme Family Foundation as part of the Supreme Foods Worldwide brand portfolio. Continuing. The hashtag Supreme Founders campaign is a community call in America and on a global front to join forces in raising capital and buying shares and equity in each other to build shared prosperity and multi-generational wealth with no reliance on those not truly invested in the mission that serves as the foundation of the company. The Supreme Foods Worldwide has launched its first ever equity crowdfunding campaign. This Reg CF crowdfunding offering is made available through True Crowd, and that's TRU Crowd. The brand is offering its loyal customers and members of the public the opportunity to buy shares in the company in exchange for an equity stake. Crowdfund investor perks include food discount credits, Supreme brand paraphernalia, and special invites to grand openings and private events. Continuing. The funds from the campaign will enable leadership to accelerate the four main pillars of the Supreme Food Worldwide growth plan. 1. Increase domestic and international franchise sales. 2. Launch innovation in our technology to delight current and prospective audiences. 3. Amplify marketing efforts to drive brand awareness, product trial, and customer acquisition. And last but not least, 4. Build out their franchise system to include food service wholesale, product distribution, and sales to institutions, government, and retail. You can learn more about Supreme Foods franchising offering at investinsupreme.com. An offering statement regarding this offering has been filed with the SEC. It does not mean that the SEC has approved, passed upon the merits, or passed upon the accuracy or completeness of the information in the offering statement. The offering circular that is part of the offering statement is at www.truecrowd.com. You should read the offering circular before making any investment. This investment is speculative, illiquid, and involves a high degree of risk, including the possible loss of your entire investment. And that's a disclaimer. And that is also the risk that you assume when you invest in any company, and also even when investing in yourself and your own endeavors. You can lose your entire investment. So that's just something to be aware of if you are an investor, to always move with that knowledge and move off of that knowledge. And if you're not an investor, to have that knowledge and that insight and make sure that you're making informed and sound decisions. About Supreme Foods Worldwide. With over 40 years of providing quality food service, Supreme Burger and Supreme Fish Delight menu offerings satisfy the traditional burger and fish sandwich connoisseur, as well as offering pescatarian, vegetarian, vegan, and halal options, providing an inclusive food lovers experience for the modern eater. Menu highlights include beef, lamb, vegan, turkey, veggie, and salmon options, taking no exception and leading with high quality food ingredients. The founders' unique upbringings, food history, and customer-centric philosophy have merged for a mix of culture fusions for an innovative food twist. End of article. So today, the title of today's news segment is Black-owned quick serve food chain launches first and largest equity-based campaign for community investors. And this is the company Supreme Foods, who are providing franchising opportunities, and not only that, investment opportunities to not just private investors, but the public, the community that supports them, which is their Black community. So again, we have a company that through their cultural identity, of course, started a quick service restaurant. And not only that, through their cultural identity and through their cultural morals, values, and principles, they were able to look at the cultural challenges and issues, which is food disparity. And so they decided that at their restaurant, they were going to provide quality and more superlative options to the community to sustain longer lives. And so what we have here is the founder, whose name once again is Waleed Shamsuddin. He's partnered with other Black figures and other Black businessmen and women in the community to come up with a crowdfunding fund to engage the entire community that spends its money as a consumer with this Black business to now become an investor as Black consumers in the Black business. And that is called group economics. So what Waleed has done is we have a Black business that has taken proactive action to create an infrastructure for group economics to take place, where there's not just consumption, there's investment, and there's not just consumption and investment, there's returns, and the return is not just financially, it is also community service, community impact. And he also knows that from a cultural perspective and from within his cultural identity, that he is part of a global group, and that he is a global man himself. And so that he has the infrastructure laid out for there to be global reach to other African descendant groups and areas in the world, where he can place his Black business and create a global Black network. I see the play, Waleed. We see the play. We see it. And so, like I always say, this is flexing your cultural power. As a culture of Black people, we have power. You just have to flex it. You have to utilize it. It has to be exercised. Our identity causes us to look at our values and morals and principles within our culture, our traditions, our entire heritage, our standards, our wants and our needs. And then through that, we are able, through our cultural identity and our cultural group, to identify our cultural challenges and identify our cultural issues and constraints and come up with cultural solutions to solve the problem. So continuing, unlike I've done before, they've actually provided the information for me to give more insight into the actual business of Supreme Burger. So Supreme Burger websites, they have a slogan, and it says, "Eat Supreme, think Supreme, live Supreme, Supreme Burger." Again, tied to our cultural identity and history. So with Supreme Burger, they have the menu on their website. So if you go to supremeburger.us, you can access the website. If you've never been, like myself, make plans to go and make plans to not only invest, but also consume and be a consumer with your cultural businesses. And so they have Supreme Burger, Greek lamb burger, a Jamaican jerk burger, a buffalo chicken sausage burger, turkey burger, salmon burger, black bean burger, shrimp burger, Beyond Burger, and what they call an Extreme Supreme Burger. And you have the options to customize your burgers. You can build your own burger in any way you would like, and you can choose your meat. And then you can also choose, from what I see on the website, you can choose your bun and your sides. Some of the sides includes crinkle fries, seasoned fries, sweet potato fries, large fry, potato salad, chips, onion rings, and an assortment of sauces to pair with the sandwiches. And of course, they have wings. Excuse me. They have fish sandwiches, they have Philly cheesesteak, they have combos, desserts, drinks, of course, and kids meals. And so this is the history of Supreme Burger. And this is what it says. Supreme Burger is a concept designed by the team behind Supreme Fish Delight. With over 40 years of providing food service, Supreme Burger is a gourmet burger quick serve restaurant providing careers and investment opportunities worldwide. With emphasis on amazing service, great food, and a clean, friendly environment, Supreme Burger believes that everyone should eat supreme, live supreme, and think supreme. Supreme Burger is passionate about our burgers and the experience you have in our restaurants. So we're taking a value and actual cultural knowledge that we have of ourselves through our identity and who we are in our cultural group. And we've created a business with a message, because Supreme Burger has a message tied within it that stems in which origin comes from our culture. So always know that through our culture, we're able to create wealth, we're able to create impact, and we're able to create legacies that is originated out of and evolves around our cultural identity, our cultural values, morals, and principles, the challenges and issues we face, which always gives us time and opportunity to come up with solutions. And those solutions empower us to have our own infrastructure, our own businesses, and to have ownership. So like I always say, www.inyourhood.com. Visit the website for In Your Hood. Sign up for a free account. On the website, what we have: live lectures streaming 24/7. Live television series, Where's Jay Hodge? The Journey in These Streets, streaming 24/7. The true essence of Black history. We have Black scientists, geniuses, figures, everybody that we have not commonly learned and have not commonly heard of or about, that we need to know about, that's responsible for our modern lives today. I have the true essence of Black history, where you can learn more people and more stories about the people that got us to where we are today in modern society. And then also We have worldly, which I call global black news, and then local black news. And then also there are black businesses listed, and as always, we are always looking for more and different assortments and different types. Doesn't matter what you do, as long as you are organized, legalized, and operating. Also, follow us on social media at His Excellency _J. Hodge. And then that would be the Instagram. And then, of course, the Facebook. You can like this page. It's In Your Hood business page. And you can follow, comment, send me messages. I'll be happy to answer questions and engage with whomever my community is and my supporters are. And then also, last but not least, the YouTube channel, where selective episodes are uploaded and where a new series will begin called 10 Toes Down in Your Stomach Grounds. Our YouTube channel can be easily searched J space HAJJ J Hodge and subscribe to the channel. But as always, go to www.inyourhood.com to keep up with the latest, greatest news updates and features. Sign up for a free account. And like I always say, I'm going to get on y'all tomorrow.